Alright, so I got this crazy thing going now where I can't stop myself from creating new content for the Practice Makes Profit channel, simply because it's good practice for me, and it just, because each one of these shoes is numbered, people can see that I'm not sort of like dropping out leaving out the ones where I lose a ton of money, and I suspect that that's what a lot of the real money, real-time players do on YouTube. These professionals with their multi-hundred-thousand subscribers, I think that they are selective on what they put up. Jason, Mr. Handpay, told me a while back that there was a few blood baths coming, but I haven't seen one yet. I don't know how he times his things. None of my business. I mean, he's running a business and he's doing well with it, so good luck to him. But I don't like what any of them are doing, because they're basically they're drumming up business for the casinos, and the casinos, the way that they get business is to basically turn people upside down and fleece them. They're not holding a gun to anybody's head, but they're neither are drug dealers. I mean. It's player choice, but still and all, it's not doing anybody any good. So that's a repeater. That's a 1-2 second. That's a 3-4 third. We just made that one, so that's good. It's only 175 for 700, but it's a win. Double for the loss, repeat. 51 second. 2-3 third. Yeah, I do all these things and I narrate every step, I explain every step of the way, and I still get comments and emails saying, well, what do I do if, it's maddening really. But I guess it's the way it is. So it's 5-3 minimum now, isn't it? 6-3, 7-3, 8-3, 9-3, 10-3. Damnation. 10-3 it is. 1, 2, 3. 7-6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 3-4 second. Okay, now here you've got sort of a little graphic that shows you what this is all about in terms of winning more when you win than you lose when you lose, and also getting out of the hole in fewer bets than it took to get you into trouble in the first place. I mean, we had this long run against us, this banker run here, an absolute bitch. But we were just betting. Once we got to losing the 300 there, we then went down to the drop value, and that cost us 500 along the way, but we recovered quickly, and we're back to now 450 in the bank. So we go back to the minimum, plus another one, plus, oops. And now to the plus max, which is 5 units. We repeat that. So that's 3-4 third, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7-4 drop, so the drop is 2. 5-4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And again, well, in that particular instance, we lost in 3 and we got it all back in 3. Yeah. If you win a drop bet, then it takes you longer to get out of trouble. But anyway, we're back to the minimum. Very important to do that. +1. 51 second. 51 seconds, so I'm going to count that as 2 3 1 2 3 5 3 drop, 5 3 it is, 1 2 3. Now it's 2 3. Now it's 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's already a turnaround, so we leave that alone, and we're out. But you're getting a nice little picture from these, from this betting road here. I mean, that, you know, this is what's so wonderful about this platform. And I know I bang on about it a lot, but it really is unique and it's incredibly helpful. And I've suggested to the geniuses behind this, and it may be just one guy or one girl or whatever, but I've suggested that they put their brains to creating a really informative blackjack sim, which shows wins and losses and bet values and speeds things up and does all of that, because I'm sure that they've got it in their within their brain powers to do that. So we're at minimum bet again. Double for the loss. Repeat. See, now we're at 21-21, whereas before we were way behind. So, you know, Mo's thing about biased shoes, I just don't buy it. I really don't. But if he does, that's fine. I mean, it's the old story. Your money, your choice. I mean, you know, honestly, it's the only way I can look at it. Minimum. Double for the loss. Oh, bloody sodding flipping... What that devil... 1 2 third. 3 2 drop. 3 2. Oh, come on. Ties are just a waste of time. 4 2. 5 2. 5 2. 5 2 it is. 3 4. 1 2 3 4. 7 8. That's a shame, isn't it? 15 16 third. Ah, we 3.5, 1.5, and the drop is going to have to be 500. 3.5, 1.5, 4, 1.5, 3.5, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 4.5, 5. This is only the second, so I might have to run away from this in a minute. Well, we got out of that nicely, not with much of a profit, but still decent, I think, so I'm taking it. And you know, people who sort of like just dip into these demos, look very quickly and say, well, you just got stupid lucky, you know, you got away with murder there. You know, that doesn't happen very often. It happens all the time. And you know, I just wish that the people who take pot shots at pattern betting and at me would just sit through enough of these demos to realise what prats they're making of themselves, because they really are. Double for the loss. 1 2 third. 3 2 drop. 4 2. 4 2 it is. 1 2. 6 4. 1 2 3 4. My goodness, long grass again, 11-8. Three, 4. 7-8. Oh no, 3, 4, 7-8. So, okay, we're rolling 7-8 over, and it's only the second. All right. I've just got thousands of these screenshots. I'm thinking, what am I going to do with these damn things? But you know, then if I didn't have them, I'd need them, wouldn't I? You know, that's the one of the laws of the universe. Throw it away, and you need it. So 7-8 is the second bet. Yeah. Oh well. Okay, so that took us out of trouble. 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, we're out of trouble there. So back to the mint. But you know, to have the confidence to do this, you do have to have a big, big bankroll. And I've had a couple of people say to me, well, if you had a fucking great bankroll, I mean, could you be bothered? I mean, what's the point? And, okay, I think that's another double, isn't it? Okay, and then the next bet can only be 1, 2, 5. And we repeat that. And we do not double it. And we got it back, so we go back to the minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm doing hundreds of these not hundreds of demos, but hundreds of rounds. And it's so frustrating, you know, because I get these messages saying, well, yeah, but what if I do if, and then they send me P's and B's and P's and T's and all the rest of it. So watch the demos, you know, it's all there. Ay, ay, ay. So now it's got to be 51, isn't it? Oh, come on. 51. Second. And repeat. 1, 2, second. And out. +1 for the win. 51, second. 2, 3, third. And out. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 4, 2 it is. And remember, if the drop bet is 100, then don't take it off the down when you win. If it's more than 100, then do take it off. And now I've forgotten where I am. So I'm going to assume, let's see, what did I lose up here? So 3, 2, 4, 2. So 4, 2 it is, yeah, sorry. And now it's 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn around. It's already a turnaround, so we don't touch it. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're out. But you know, I mean, you just look at this for a while and you can see why it works. You know, it's absolutely simple enough. 3 play is what I called it when I first introduced it, which was, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that, on the blog. Might even been longer than that. And the whole idea is, you know, you suffer the knocks 3 in a row, then you back off, and then you're basically saying to the house, okay, do that again. Try it, you bastards. You know, once you get back in play, then bang, 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 and 3 in a row, is because basically this is a coin toss. All these games are a coin toss, you know. It's the players who make them, you know, do the real damage to themselves. They shoot themselves in the foot, or they, after they shot themselves in the foot, they then stick their foot in their mouth, you know, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's the numbers are basically say it's 50-50, you know. So there's a 50-50 chance of a loss, and then there's a 50-50 chance of a loss again, and then a 50-50 chance of a loss again. And it just becomes a little bit less frequent, you know, like if you look at the numbers on any of these models that I produce, it'll show you that -3s occur about half as often as -2s, and -4s occur about half as often again, and -5s about half as often again. So what you want to do is you want to be out of the way of the extended negative runs, the mean streaks as I like to call them. You want to be sort of hunkered down and betting as little as possible. So, you know, that's what that's about. Anyway, we're back to the minimum. Plus uno for the winnow. And that's 51. Second. 2, 3, third, 1, 2, 3. And we're out of that one. This is a pretty gentle shoe so far, isn't it? +1 for the win. Plus, plus. Plus, 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 plus. And plus max. Repeat it. And we made it, so we're back to the minimum. We are not greedy. That's the most important thing. We are not greedy. 1, 2, third. And out of trouble, back to the minimum. +1 for the win. 51 second. Repeat it. 1, 2 second. 3, 4 third. 7, 4 drop. 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 8 long grass. And now we're going to call it 9, 10, because that's the little rule that we have where after a tie, if you can create a turnaround opportunity, and remember it is only an opportunity, you know, each time you place a bet you're looking at negative expectation. Doesn't matter what you're wearing, what the wind direction is, what went before, it doesn't matter. -1.35 every time. So we would like, please, a player win. Oh diddly. So now that was 9, 10. So now it's going to be 2, 2, which I hate, so I'm going to make it 2, 2.5. 4.5, 2.5. And we'll need to, the drop needs to be 1,000. 4.5, 2.5. And we leave that alone. 5.5, 2.5. 5.5, 2.5. 4.5, 2.5. We'll call it 4.5, 3 now. 7.5, 6. Long grass, very long grass. Hey! So now 8, 9, getting, just tidying up, that's all I'm doing. Well, I'm not changing that. And we're out. And, you know, again, I'm going to get people saying, well, you just got lucky. I didn't just get lucky. The patterns just fell into their normal pattern. You know, and the only allowing 3 consecutive losses is one way we're protecting ourselves. And, of course, we'll take as many consecutive wins as we need. You know. But this is just mathematics in action, arithmetic at work. Repeat. I mean, look at now, we're at 26 won and 26 lost, and yet we've got nearly £4 in the kitty. You know, you couldn't do that with random betting. You couldn't do that with flat betting. I mean, come on. Anyway, plus uno. 51 second. Repeat it. 1, 2 second. 3, 4 third. 7, 4 drop. 5, 4 and off we go. 1, 2. I was hoping to see a turnaround there before we run out of shoe. 3, 4. Oh dear. You don't always get what you want. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Long grass again. 7, 8. Okay, well we're going to have to roll over, I think, because that's 15, 8, drop. Bugger. Try it again. $18.8, so definitely a rollover this time again. That's dropping. I wish it were easier, but it ain't always easy. And it's certainly not always easy for the house either, is it? Okay, save shoe, that's important. I do forget that sometimes, but the platform saves me. I say we're on 18.8 and the drop is 3. $21.8, 18.8, so that was our win trigger. Oh dear, 26.16. Oi, oi, oi. 26.27. Seems a little on the low side there, but I'll go for it. Well, we were rewarded, and again, it's just patterns. You know, it's how it goes. But the big thing is, you've got to have the money out. You know, I mean, you're going to see these sort of potentials. There's no point in saying, I have an advantage now, or something or other is likely now. It's not. A win is always unlikely, but it's not hugely unlikely. It's not like a 3-1 against or anything like that. It is just fractionally unlikely. And then against that, in the background, is the sort of, you know, it's the patterns. It's like, you know, sort of waves at the beach. You know, they say, what is it, every 7th wave or every 9th wave is bigger than all the others. There's some sort of rule that they have where they count the waves and they know which one is going to be the big one, you know, even before it starts to actually swell up. And this is kind of like that, you know. It's a known thing. Of course, I suppose it's not like that, because I wish I could say every 7th bet will win. No, it isn't like that. I'm going to stop talking about that, because that was a terrible analogy. Stop it. But anyway, I'm just saying that there are forces at work which are kind of involved with, but not dependent upon either bet sizes or what went before or whatever. Clumps twins, which is 2 wins, and trips, which is 3 wins, happen all the time. So you just have to have the money out at the right time. And where the hell are we now? I'm completely lost. So we're back to the minimum. And player save the day again. Double for the loss. And I'll play into this a little way, but not all the way. 51 second. Repeat. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. $3-4 is the turnaround bet. I think I got that right. Ooh, I don't know now. Let me go back here. So that bet there should have... Oh, I doubled it up, didn't I? Okay. So 3-4 got us out of it, so back to the min. Yeah, there was a double up in there, but for the time. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the loss. 51 second. Repeat. 1-2 second. 3-2 drop. 4-2. 5-2. 6-2. 6-2 it is. 4-4. Now we're going to call that 4-5. That's already a turnaround. And we're out of that one. Yeah, when I do that, it's not out of greed. It's just it's just that if we can get a turnaround sooner rather than later, not a turnaround, but a turnaround possibility against negative expectation, always against negative expectation. I can't say that often enough, although maybe I've said it too much. You tell me. But you know, that's how it is. There is no increased possibility of a player win because there have just been 19 bankers. It's just, unfortunately, that's how it is. Minus 1.35% every single time you put money out. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51 second. Repeat. Okay. Minimum. Okay, on this turnaround I'll stop. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. There we are. Okay, so I'll stop here. It's a half a shoe. When it goes over to the model, of course, it will become a full shoe because I don't mess with the partial shoes over there. But then the model has a lot more money than I do. I was telling Mo, it's nudging up, it's creeping up to 1.4 million in the kitty now. But it's funny money, you know, and I get that. But you know, for people to say that these games are not real because they're not actually sort of for real money online or in a casino, absolute nonsense. Twaddle. Twaddle. Alright, so now I need to save it. Okay. And we'll just do the bookwork. I should have 3 shoes if I did it right. Yeah, okay, right. Relief. I do have a tendency to forget these things, you know. Alright. So, a trusty notebook, 26th of June. And we're looking at number 838. And it's 12,350 over 28, yeah. And 10,525 over 38. Alexa, 12350 over 28.
12,350 divided by 28 is approximately 441.0714.
10525 over 38.
10,525 divided by 38 is approximately 276.9737.
441 over 277.
441 divided by 277 is approximately 1.5921.
Yeah, you know, and it's so extraordinary how difficult it can be to sell the whole idea of winning more when you win than you lose when you lose. I just get this flack coming at me. And like I've said many times, I suspect that it comes from people who are working for casinos. That's where the real shit came from, going back to 96 when I started doing this online. And it's extraordinary. You know, I mean, yes, I can understand them wanting to protect their bottom line, but you know, not by lying and cheating, but of course they do that all the time, and they invent these new games that people lap up as if it's the greatest thing in the world. It's like Brandon O'Brien, you know, he talks Spanish 21, and this is the MSC version of Spanish 21, and they take out all the tens. You're thinking, well, you silly bugger, they take out all the tens, that's a smack in the face for players. You know, and yes, there are other little things that they do that sort of like soften that blow, but the whole idea of it is they don't do anything for the benefit of players, that's for sure. You know, but I mean, to then sort of say, yeah, well, you know, that's nothing, they take out all the tens, but that don't matter. Crazy. I think that people who post online, whether it's YouTube channels or whatever it might be, have a certain responsibility to tell the truth, and that's not what's going on. Yeah, they should open their books, that's what I reckon. This is how much I lose at the tables, this is how much I make from Google. Alexa, 14650 over 30.
14,650 divided by 30 is approximately 488.3333.
12,600 over 34.
12,600 divided by 34 is approximately 370.5882.
371. 488 over 371. Alexa, 488 over 371.
488 divided by 371 is approximately 1.3154.
Okay, so that's 132%. It's not earth-shaking, but it's more than acceptable. Oh, Seth. Oops. A little Freudian slip there. Skip, drop. 488 over 371 equal. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. You know, if your average winning bet is greater than your average losing bet by a percentage which is greater than the number of losses versus over the number of wins, then you're in clover. If otherwise, you're up shit creek. You know. I mean, you know, duh. Who started the duh thing? I think that might have been The Simpsons. Duh? Okay, and we only played half the shoe this time. But see, look what we had. We had, this was a good shoe, I mean, all the way to the end. There was lots and lots of player streaks and a nasty here, but then followed by 4 player wins, which would have been more than enough to turn us around. So, you know, I mean, gag, as I call it, get up and go, the gag reflex, you know, that wasn't what happened this time. It was because it was an extra shoe that I just needed to turn around, basically. I just needed to get the turnaround win and then quit. But I hung in for a little bit. Was it 840? Uh, 5100 over 16 and 2350 over 19. Alexa, 5100 over 16.
Here are some results.
What are you talking about? Alexa, 5100 over 16.
5,100 divided by 16 is 318.75.
Oh God, a wig just blew off. Alexa, 2,350 over 19. Oh, now she's cross at me. Alexa, 2,350 over 19.
2,350 divided by 19 is approximately 123.6842.
319 over 124.
319 divided by 124 is approximately 2.5726.
2.572. So that's 257%. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'll take that. With thanks to a player who, let's see, the player had 58, 68, 74 wins. Banker had 64, 83 wins. So, you know, player had his ass kicked through those three shoes. That player was us in terms of wins over losses. But we made big bucks. And we bloody well earned it too. Skip. Drop. Oops. Oh, bugger and shit. Pardon me. Oh, the horror and misery of it all. That was my mother's neighbour years ago. When I was a teenager growing up, our next door neighbour, he was a lovely man, but he was a drunken artist and a former wing commander. Oh dear, a character you might say. Anyway, there we are, that's it, all over, next time.